Now let's practice solving some more multiplication word problems using the for-look strategy with a problem that has extra information. Teo works at a nail salon. She charges $15 for a manicure and $20 for a pedicure. Last week, Teo sold 71 manicures and 45 pedicures. How much money did Teo make on pedicures last week? So in our first look, what should we notice? Well, first we should notice who our story is about. And our story is about Teo. What is Teo doing? Well, Teo's giving manicures, which cost $15, and pedicures, which cost $20. And in that week, she gave 71 manicures and 45 pedicures. Now we need to notice, what is the question asking? How much money did Teo make on pedicures last week? So in our first look, we should notice, who are we talking about? Teo, and Teo works at a nail salon. What is Teo doing? Well, Teo's giving manicures for $15 and $20 if you got a pedicure. Last week, Teo sold 71 manicures and 45 pedicures. And then we should also notice our question. How much money did Teo make on pedicures last week? And when we are noticing and paying attention in our question, it is only asking about pedicures. That's the only thing that we need to pay attention to. So anything that where it's talking about manicure, we do not need that information. That is extra information. And that is our first look. Now, let's give our problem a second look or a second read. Teo works at a nail salon. She charges $15 for a manicure and $20 for a pedicure. Last week, Teo sold 71 manicures and 45 pedicures. How much money did Teo make on pedicures last week? And in our second look, we want to draw a representation of our story problem so we know how to solve the problem. So who are we talking about? Teo. What is Teo doing? He's giving pedicures. So you could draw a foot or some toes for a pedicure. And that's our first pedicure. That is our second. There is our third. And now we don't really need to draw 45 pedicures or 45 different sets of toes. We just want to draw a representation. So this one is our 45th pedicure. And we know from the problem that each pedicure costs $20. So that one costs $20. That one costs $20. That one costs $20. And that one costs $20. And if we notice and we look at our model, we notice that $20 is being repeated for each pedicure. And we know that when you have sets of groups that are repeating the same number, then you are multiplying. Now let's move on to our third look. Teo works at a nail salon. She charges $15 for a manicure and $20 for a pedicure. Last week, Teo sold 71 manicures and 45 pedicures. How much money did Teo make on pedicures last week? And we noticed from our second look, when we drew our model, that we are going to multiply because we are repeating sets of groups of the same number. So now we're going to solve in our third look our multiplication problem of 45 times 20 using the standard algorithm. So we start with our number that is in the ones place, and we will multiply that by each digit on the top row. So 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. And we are through with that number in the ones place, and we want to make sure we put a 0 in the ones place before we start multiplying by the tens place. So we're going to multiply 2 times all the numbers that are on the top row. So 2 times 5 is 10. carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. Making sure we have all our numbers lined up in the correct place value. And then we add 0, 0, 9. And then we want to check our problem to make sure we got the right answer. And if we're not comfortable with solving using the opposite operation of dividing, then we can multiply in a different way by using the area model. So we would break up 45. Since 4 is in the tens place, that would be 40. 5 is in the one place, that's 5. And then we would break up 20. 20 is in the tens place, and we have 0 in the ones place. And then we would multiply to solve this box. 20 times 40, that's 800. And then we multiply 20 times 5 for this box, and that is 100. And we know that 0 multiplied by anything is 0. We would take all these numbers, we would add them up, and that should give us 900. And when we have done it 2 different ways and got the same answer, then we are correct. Now we want to finish up this problem with our last look. And this look is just to summarize what we did to show that our answer is reasonable. So Teo works at a nail salon. She charges $15 for a manicure and $20 for a pedicure. Last week, Teo sold 71 manicures and 45 pedicures. How much money did Teo make on pedicures last week? So we want to start off with that using our looks. Our first look, Teo's giving manicures and pedicures. The problem wants to know how much money Teo made last week in only pedicures. In our second look, I was able to show from my model that was repeating $20 for every pedicure that I was multiplying. And then in our third look, I solved my problem by multiplying the factors of 45 by 20 to get $900, and I checked my answer using the area model. So that is our fourth summary look. We just completed solving a multiplication word problem that had extra information in it using the 4-look strategy. In our next video, we're going to use the 4-look strategy to solve a multiple step multiplication word problem.